We're live. It's Sunday, 3:05 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:05 in the UK. We are the Across the Pondcast, the best podcast you never heard of. We are Sam and Matt, and joined by Roger, Life of Tech. Good evening, sir, to you. How are you?
Good evening. I'm very well, thank you, and I'm very pleased to be here. So thank you ever so much for the invite. It's pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we would we love having folks on and everything else. And what do you?
Sorry, I have to watch ads on our videos while I wait for it to load up so I can share it. Because I'm not subscribed to our channel, because what would the point be in me subscribing to our
well, of course,
channel?
yeah, that makes sense.
That's tacky. That would be tacky.
Yeah. So
I'm just saying.
I've got to watch ads.
Okay, are they good though?
Yeah, is it
No,
good ad?
that was about a dress. I don't know.
Why?
Might apply to some people, I guess.
Look at me.
Unless you're cross dressing. I mean, why would you have a dress come up? What have you been searching for? Just saying.
Nothing.
Yeah, do let us know, Matt. Do let us know.
I have been searching for everything.
Apparently so.
ROG phones.
Absolutely. So, Roger, we're glad you can make it. I know it's late. It's a Sunday night for you, so I'm glad you can make it. So, what I want to ask, first of all, we do our T-shirt check. So we have good T-shirt. I'm actually rocking our own podcast shirt.
Of course, very nice.
Yeah, for the first time in a couple of times. Matt does it. We never really coordinate that. We just kind of show up. Matt's wearing Juan's Endangered Species 3.5 mil
shirt as well. Awesome shirt.
And Roger, since this is awful for the audio portion of the podcast, but
I am
for
happy
viewers,
with his T-shirt. Just saying.
He never knows. See, I got it good. See, I figured it out. But Roger's got himself, looks like a ROG T-shirt.
Yep.
There you go. Good deal. So we appreciate you coming on the show and taking time out of your busy schedule. I'm sure you've got other things to do than just hang out with two fairly amateur kind of guys here on the podcast. So
no, not at all. Not at all. This is I love this kind of stuff. This is good fun for me. So I'm glad to put anything else I might need to do to one side just to come and talk with you guys. It's good fun. It's good fun.
Good deal.
I know I already told you this, but just for anybody else, it's my screen is over here. So for people that are listening to this, obviously it doesn't make any sense, but just in case people wonder why I'm looking that way.
Oh, no worries. And we got a lot of good people. We got My Tech Review and TK Bays in the house, Aditya, Dave, Gregors, and Gary the Fireman. So we got our usual beginning cast of characters. So we want to talk more about who is Roger, Life of Tech? What do you do? Where did you come from? Kind of a little bit of an origin story.
Where did you get your T-shirt from?
Matt wants to know where you got your T-shirt from, because that's important, obviously, to Matt. But just
that is really important.
But more about where how did Life of Tech start? What your background is, and just kind of basics about you in general.
Cool. Okay. I'll start off by saying I'm rather boring. No, I'm not. I'm messing about. But I don't know. I don't think I'm boring. Maybe some people do. But I kind of many years back, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 years ago, I decided to set up. I'd been reading all about how affiliate marketing worked and how you could earn money from a website. And I decided it was maybe longer than 10 years. Maybe it was 10 years. Let's call it about 10 years. So I decided to start writing reviews about products and whether they were good, whether they were bad. And it was okay. And I read a lot about how to generate traffic and how to generate sales and earn this money. And of course, along came electronic cigarettes, and they were. It was an industry that suddenly just exploded. Everybody's heard about electronic cigarettes now and e-liquid, and some people say they're great, some people say don't touch it, it's awful. Everybody's got mixed opinions, But I decided to start writing about these electronic cigarettes, and this site, it kind of, for a short period of time, it took off, and it earned me some money. It wasn't incredible, but it was basically enough to pay a salary, And I was thinking, like, this is really cool. And one brand in particular, of course, because they had to pay me every month, and one brand in particular, they said, "Wow, you're like our highest earning affiliate. How are you doing this?" And I was like, "Well, that's for me to know." Nothing that I shouldn't be doing. It was all hard work behind the scenes. It was SEO. It was hard work, and it was just I learned what I needed to do, and I did it, and I put the time in, and it was cool. It was really cool. So they were so impressed with what I did that they asked me to, come and have a coffee with us, or should I say, we're in Britain, cup of tea. And yeah, they said, come and chat with us, and let's talk about maybe how we could work together. So I said, okay, it's really cool. And so I did. I went and had a chat with these guys, and they were really, really nice. They said, we want to bring you on board full time. We want you to kind of do what you've been doing, but do it for the brand. Don't do it for yourself anymore. Come and work for us. We'll pay you a nice salary, blah, blah, blah. So it went really well, and I started with this company to work with video. And I started using Final Cut Pro. I'd never used it before, and they gave me a camera, and you should have seen. I will never tell you where these videos are. You'll never find them. I know that.
I'll find them.
I know you'll try and look for them. Yeah, but they were awful. The first few were absolutely awful, but they were really kind. These guys, they said to me, actually, these videos aren't bad. Do some more. Here's a better camera. Here's a MacBook Pro. Go and just do some more. So I did, and it just went from there. And I realized, actually, I love editing. I love putting a video together from start to finish, finding audio and just whatever, the whole process. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, the brand was sold to a I say unfortunately, it doesn't matter, but the brand was sold to a much larger company. And I was kept on for a while, and then I was made redundant from that, which was fine. I found myself something else, very similar kind of role. Again, it was in the electronic cigarette industry, because of course I then had some contacts in the industry,
Right.
And same kind of thing. It was social media, it was SEO, website stuff, and again, a little bit of video. And it was all going really, really well. And unfortunately, that company went out of business. Bit of a shame, but because at that point there's so many electronic cigarette companies now. There's you can't.
Dude, they're everywhere.
Everybody and their brother got on board. Yeah.
Literally, man, it's everywhere.
Crazy. It's just crazy. So some brands made it, some companies made it, some didn't. It just got really competitive, and that's what happened. And at that point, I'm not going to go too much into this because it is extremely boring. I have a health condition which it's kind of like a headache. I use injections, I use oxygen, I have meetings with neurologists, blah, blah, blah. And that got in the way for a while. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to take a break. I've been made redundant. I'm going to step back for a while. I'm going to sort myself out, get myself feeling better. And I thought, you know what I can do? You know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel, and I'm going to do something I like, something I really like. And I like tech. And this is, the problem it was, and still is, I never wanted to start a channel on just handsets, on just PC hardware, on there's so much I like. There's so much stuff that I enjoy using, whether it's projectors, whether it's headsets, smartphones, whatever. And that actually this has caused me a problem. Because if I want to grow a channel, I'm not silly. If you want to grow a channel, you must niche down. And not only must you niche down, you must really niche down, and that's how you grow a channel. But something, I haven't been that bothered about growing a channel. It's not been about that. It's been more about, I want to make videos that people will watch and enjoy. I want people to watch my stuff and think, oh, this is okay, this is cool. I like the music, I like the, so that's where I came from. And that's why I decided to start the channel. And I do some other stuff now. I do freelance stuff. I do website SEO, graphic design. By the way, I'm no expert in any of those areas, but I kind of...
Well, good, you're with the light company, because neither are we. We're not experts at gardening or anything.
But that's it. That's fair. That's fair. But that's the kind of stuff that I do, and I just... that's the reason I started a tech channel. There were certain people like, of course, Mr. Who's the Boss, because he's in the UK. I had watched him for a very long time, actually. For a very long time. John Morrison, obviously, I'm super saff. There's going to be big names that we've all seen, we've all watched. And there are many, many others, by the way. Not just the big guys. I watched a lot of channels as well. I'm sure that I can't remember when I found TK's channel. Some gadget. There's so many channels that I have watched over the years. Obviously,
those guys. We know those guys.
I think we've heard of TK and this one.
I think I've heard of TK.
Pretty sure Juan Bagnell.
He
starts to Sounds
Doesn't
familiar.
he shill for LG?
I think so.
I recall.
And he's
LG.
snarky. I just remember him being kind of snarky. Nah, he's
sarcastic.
a good solid mate. Yeah, good deal.
TK's got a very soothing voice.
Right.
I remember that.
Yes, very calm and collected, and I
calm.
try to be. I try, and in some of the videos, sometimes I try to come across nice and calm, and hey there, I'm nice and relaxed and everything else. But in reality, it's all over the place. It's all crazy,
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I know about that.
True.
I know about that a little bit. So, well, that's fantastic. And it just because of that, it's
so
hard
cool that you went from e-cigarettes to.
I know, it's crazy.
It's so cool. That transition is so cool.
Well, and that's interesting too, because if you're listening to it and just like watching this, you would have never known that was kind of where you started. That's something you don't really hear of. Yeah, I started in e-cigarettes, and now I was like, who would have known, right? It's just those are the kind of things that we really love having. That's why we have people on the show and ask about it, because that doesn't naturally sound like a progression into a tech field. The video part does, but that specific kind of commentary doesn't really leverage into that. So that's interesting that you say that. It's actually fascinating, actually.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was fun, and I learned really, and I learned a serious amount, because I think all of the guys that work in the e-cig or electronic cigarette industry have to know their stuff. They have to know what they're dealing with, and there are a lot of people out there that think they're educated around electronic cigarettes, and there are other people out there that really are educated about electronic cigarettes. And the truth is, the same thing happened with, and I know, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to turn this into a smoking
This
discussion.
show goes literally wherever the fuck it wants.
Right.
That's cool.
It just goes. So take it and go with it. That's okay. It's our time.
No, that's good. Well, the thing is, we became members of associations and things, and trade associations and things like that, and we learned a lot about what happens when you put cigarette smoke in your lungs. We learned what happens when you put electronic cigarette e-liquid and you turn it into vapor. What happens to that when you put it in your lungs? And we looked at lots of scientific studies, real studies with real human body parts and things. It was like proper. Right. It was really like some of it's nice, some of it's not. The truth of the matter is, you never really know about something until it's been around long enough. That's the simple fact. But
that's true.
Yeah, but what we do have now that we didn't have when tobacco first became a big thing is the knowledge that we've gained over all of those years. So I guess we kind of in a better position now to understand what this stuff may do. But I think the thing about it is, at the end of the day, your lungs were not designed to have smoke or vapor or anything in them. That's not what they're made for. Right. However, if you are a smoker, then from the scientific evidence, you need to get away from that as fast as you can.
I do try. I will.
No, but this is the thing. If you can't stop altogether, scientifically, from all the evidence that's out there at the moment, you're better off trying to get away from breathing in burning material over to something that's vaporized, because it's not potentially as bad. I can't say that it's not as bad. I don't want to make claims. But from the research that's been done, that's what they're sort of saying. The simple fact is, some people don't want to stop, and some people have tried and they can't, and it's a real shame, and people are stuck, and that's just that's a whole nother discussion, and I won't go there. But anyway, there you go. I'm gonna stop. Talking.
This show is so cool. We can literally just have conversations
just talk
about
anything.
I
crazy
love it.
Stuff. Yeah,
I love it. Man, we'll be having a conversation about elephants later.
Right. Well, and I want to ask, because I know Matt could probably pick up on it. I can't, because I don't have a trained ear. So I this is what I've learned about this show in the last 6 months of working with Matt, is when I thought of the UK, because of its physical size isn't that large, I didn't think there was a lot of variance. And I understand, language and linguistically it's different, but just like chip, I watched this video about this stupid chip cob thing, right? And this bean mash and bean mix and stuff. And now I've heard another one. It's called BAM something. I don't know what, a barm.
A bomb, yeah.
Oh my God, you guys! My thing is this: for a country,
I know what bomb is, but that's not what we say.
Right, and so since Roger, I can tell that his accent is quite different than yours is.
He's a lot more British,
as opposed to you being not British. What the hell does that mean?
There's posh British, and then there's common as fuck British, which is me. And then there's I can't understand a word you're fucking saying British.
Okay.
Yeah, you get some people that talk like that. Well, mate, how you doing? You know, some of them are more of it. It depends on where. Yeah, and then of course you get some guys that talk extremely posh. Hello there. They've got this really kind of posh.
And they're the ones that you Americans. That's what you think we all talk like. But
Yes, because we all drink tea, and I guess they associate tea and
and sophistication, right? It's
See, I'm from the.
I brought some.
So
I brought some to show you. I brought some tea.
Why did you bring Tetley? What?
I know.
Where's the PG tips?
I know. I've let you down, Matt. That's all right. And I also had some of this as well. This has actually been opened.
The Marmite,
dude. Why have you got that horrible shit in a jar? That should not be a thing. That should be illegal.
My wife eats that. I don't normally have this, if I'm honest.
It should be illegal.
It's like petrol, isn't it? It's quite strong.
I'd rather drink petrol, if I'm being 100%.
I'm sure you probably would.
And apparently Large Banana is not really feeling the Tetley.
Tetley. It's all
it's
PG, man. It's the PG.
Yeah, it has to be PG. It's all about PG. If I'm honest, it is my wife's. I really don't drink much tea. Coffee is another.
I drink coffee more than tea, but
yeah.
We are British and he's American, so we'll talk about tea.
Well, that's why I brought it with me. I just wanted to make sure you guys know that I do actually have some tea.
And do you by any chance have any fish and chips? Oh, Yorkshire tea's nice.
Yeah, pretty good Yorkshire tea.
We don't have any fish and chips available, right? We haven't got any on hand, but
no, that is a shame.
So Roger, I live in the Midlands. I live in Derby. Where are you?
I am in Norfolk. I'm fairly close. I actually live in. You won't believe this. I'm going to tell you something that's going to amaze you now. I live in the forest, and when I say the forest, I mean the actual forest.
You live in the forest.
Yep.
Norfolk.
Yep.
Okay. I'm cool.
And
I'll remain calm.
I'm gonna let this go because this is gonna go. I don't even know what the hell is happening right now. Like I'm Forest and Norfolk. I have no. It took
Sam,
me like 2 months to figure out what the fuck Derby is.
No, but Sam, you live in the woods. He lives in the forest.
Is that the same thing? That's the same thing.
Basically.
Yeah. I never say I live in the forest. People think I'm fucked up in the head if I say, where do you live? Oh, I live out in the forest. Like, where the fuck do you live? Why do you live in the forest?
You live in the woods.
Right.
You're a fucking... He's Tarzan. He lives in the forest.
Right.
Robin Hood.
That's how you Hood. I was thinking you stayed in Sherwood. I thought he was talking about Nottingham Forest.
Sherwood Forest. Sherwood. Right. He was right the first time. Sherwood Forest.
Dear. I have no clue. I can't keep all this shit straight, man. It's like for the smallest country... You guys got too much shit going on. I can't keep it straight.
For a small country, man, I swear to God, we have so much going on at one time.
Well, it's funny because I watched the show Ted Lasso, and it's funny because he's American. He's like, how many countries are in this country? 4. It's like, why is there so much variance when I can go like a half an hour away, and when I say bean mix, people go, yeah, I got nothing. I have no clue what the fuck you're talking about. It's like,
I will
20
say,
minutes away.
Sam, I don't. Roger? Do you know what a bean mix is?
I don't know. I was just trying to work this out while you.
There you go.
You see, fucking told my point.
It's a Derby thing. I swear to God.
Okay. I was trying to while you were talking about it. I was trying to work out what this is.
Yeah.
What is it?
Maybe in Nottingham they know what it is because it's sort of a close Midlands thing. But it's literally just beans and chips. That's all it is.
Oh, see. Okay, maybe I have.
We just go in. There is a bean mix. Thanks. Off we go. Curry mix. Gravy mix. All that.
Yeah. Maybe I have heard that. It does ring a bell now that you say that. Yeah, okay.
It's like cob and like...
Yeah.
Cob
we just have...
bun and barm and bread roll and... all describes the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. And so Greg's talking about he has a Scottish blend. I don't know what...
Zach talks tech. Zach talks. Zach's in the chat.
Yeah, Zach's in the chat.
Hey,
welcome,
Zach.
sir.
It's lovely to see you.
So and Ronald's in the chat as well. He's in. So I would, like I said, I just can't.
Sam, I forgot to tell you. I'm so sorry. So I live in the forest. Okay, the woods. That's where I live.
Oh yeah.
But I forgot to tell you. Okay, so
in Norfolk.
Yeah. I'm quite close to Norwich. That part of Norfolk. So
you're not making it any better.
In between Cambridge and Norwich.
Okay, I've heard Cambridge.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. Right, so the issue was when I moved to this property, I needed broadband, of course, to do anything. You know, like you can't even breathe now without broadband. So they came and installed the broadband. The maximum download speed was 1 meg. 1.
You live in the forest. What did you expect?
That was my ultra super fast download speed.
That's flying, man.
Yeah. So I had an issue, and I thought, what am I going to do? And so at the time, it's slightly more common now. My main connection is now 4G, and it's SIM card in a 4G router, and it's a mesh system, which obviously nicely spreads it everywhere. And you know what? It is so reliable. In fact, this is faster than some of the fiber connections that other people have in big towns and things. So
it's
that's what I was going to tell you. That's what I was going to tell you. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
so
the forest is cool.
Yeah, because you know what's cool? I could just go out
chill.
back, and if I have to pee, I could just go. I could just go. There's nobody here. There's literally nobody around. And
You're such an ape.
I know, but it's great. I got a hot tub too, so go fuck yourself, right? So I can
nice.
Please tell me you don't pee in the hot tub.
Yeah, I don't pee in the hot tub, but I could stand up and pee out of the hot tub off into the woods.
He pees in his hot tub.
I don't have to get out of it. I can just stand up and go. Right? I don't have to go.
Oh dear.
And so so it's good. It's good time. So I'm glad there's somebody who kind of lives out in not such a urban, like I live in the middle of, I'm
where
downtown
you
London.
live is a lot bigger than where.
Oh yeah.
It's like
right.
He's not 750 miles away from human contact.
I'm like 45 miles from St. Louis. So that's where I'm. So I don't know, Roger, when he says like all these places, when he said Cambridge, I have heard of it, so I don't know where it is. I'd have to look on a map. I had to look at where all this shit is because I don't know where anything is. I know where London's at. That's about it. And then like
congratulations
Wales and Scotland and Northern Ireland.
They're countries. They're not they're countries. Of course, you know where they are.
Right. So it's not too bad. So now but I guarantee he doesn't have to drive as far to get to civilization as probably I have to drive. Because like it seems like in the UK you don't have to drive very far to get to anything. Really, it's not that.
You drive 5 minutes and you've hit a different accent. So
right, apparently.
That's quite true. Actually, saying that though, I went to Devon, across the other side of the country, basically for a week away with the wife and the children and everything. And we're towing behind a trailer, a kind of like, if you're towing a caravan, you'd know the kind of thing I mean. But towing this trailer along, and we've gone to Devon, and the drive with the trailer on the back, because you have to drive a bit slower, of course, took us about 8 hours, I think. And by the time I got there, I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw the children out of the car and never see them again, at least for a week.
8 hours of driving with kids.
It was too much. It was like every 5 minutes, Dad, are we there yet? Dad, are we there yet? And I was like, no, look at my phone. Look at the sat nav. Look at that big writing there. It tells you how long you have to wait, And they can read. They can see. They know what that means,
So how old are the children, by the way?
Well, I've got 4. And
forget it.
Why are you saying?
How many have you got, Sam?
I've got the one, and I have a stepdaughter. So when I got remarried, actually my stepdaughter and my actual daughter are only 7 days apart, and they're both turning 19. Oh, I know. You say "ooh" like it's a good thing. It was a challenge. You have a whole bunch of women. Even the girls were dogs at the time, so it's like the only guy in this house.
You've got 2 girls. I've got 2
I'll tell you one thing. I know more about menstrual cycles and vaginas and women's issues than any guy should know. It's like, oh my God, what is happening? When you're around a whole bunch of women, you start to kind of get into all the nomenclature and the terminology and just know when to.
Whether you want to know or not, you know.
Right.
Yeah, of course you do.
More than I need to know, which is
mine.
Good.
Mine are not that old. I've got 3 girls, 1 boy.
Okay.
Oh, at least you got the boy.
Yeah. Sam, he's wonderful. Yeah. No, they're all good kids. They're all brilliant. They're all brilliant. But Sam is he really is like a mini me. He's just amazing. He's such a
Sam
great
is a
kid.
good name.
Yeah, Sam's a good name. Sam's a good name. No, they're all good kids. They're really, really good. The girls, of course, are into stuff like, some of them like Fortnite, but the girls are mainly into like hair and all the kind of stuff like Frozen and all them kind of things. Princesses and what have you. Sam,
Frozen,
though,
that song.
no, I never want to hear that again either.
I'm gonna mute your shit. I will mute your mic for the rest of the time.
He nearly did it, Sam. He nearly did it.
I know. He's messing with me. I know.
Listen, just let it go, all right?
Oh, I love it.
So we got the one voice. The girls are into girl stuff, and is Sam your traditional?
He's amazing. Yeah, no, he's like, because he's like, oh my God, my dad's a YouTuber. This is amazing. And he's like, Dad, you know what you should do? You should do a live stream on YouTube. And I'm like, oh yeah, why is that? He's 9. He's just turned 9. And he's just got his first phone, Android handset. It's an Honor. It's a fairly cheap one. It's an Honor 8S, I think it is. So quite a budget, about £100 kind of thing.
Good choice, sir.
Yeah, nice handset. I think for what he needs. You know, he wanted an iPhone 11 Pro Max, and I was like, yeah, why not? You know, just chuck that around a few times.
You're 9.
Yeah, absolutely. No, sorry, you can't have that. But no, he's great. He's into PCs, and he's really he takes a real interest in everything I'm interested in. Which is
really
awesome.
Good.
Which is really, really cool.
That's really good.
So yeah, he's a great kid. He's great. They're all great. They're all great kids. None of them are. I say silly things, and but they're all really, really good. So
the funny thing, and they're just not great on trips. They're long trips.
Oh, no, they're not great on trips. I don't want to do any trips with any kids ever again. That's enough for me. Never.
Just put them in the caravan, and they can just stay in there. And they can
that is what I'm going to do, Sam. If it happens again, that's exactly what's going to happen.
But when you went to Devon, did it rain?
Oh yeah.
Or was it
do you know something? I was on my way there, and I said to the wife, I said to Nicola, you know what? I really hope the weather is going to be nice. It was awful. It just poured down. There was mud everywhere.
Wait a minute. Are you kidding me? Did it actually rain in the UK? Holy shit, that's incredible.
It was. I know. Yeah.
It's not rained for the last couple of days.
In fact, you know what made it even worse? When I took out my iPhone and I'm looking at the weather and I'm thinking, let's just have a quick look at what the weather's like back at home. Bright sunshine, no wind, no rain.
You drove into the shit. Good times. Yeah, good times.
That's usually how it works, to be fair. But it's been really nice the last few days here. So,
well, I think it has been in here in Missouri too. I think it's because of fall. We're getting into that fall weather, so now it's like open the windows and let the last night it was like 48 degrees. I was like, holy shit, it got cold.
Autumn, yeah.
Whatever. All in fall.
Just fucking saying. British.
Do you know the weird thing is, I always know what fall is, and every time I see like an apple, something that's going to happen in the fall, and I'm always like, the fall? What's the fall? Hold on a minute. And then I realise, and I should know by now, but it always confuses me.
Right, leaves fall.
The shit falls off the trees, so it's fall.
Right. I don't think many of people that I know call it autumn. If they're referring to it in a I don't even think in like a professional sense or like
spring, summer, autumn. They're the season.
Yeah, not so much fall.
Lovely.
It's just fall here. So anyway, we're getting into
spring.
that autumn.
It's lovely in the UK in spring. It's wet, colourful.
Well, here's the funny thing. So he drove to Devon, which is 8 hours away. So that's clear across the other side.
Love Devon though. Country. Devon's great.
Is that clear across? Is that across the other side of the country?
Yeah,
that's okay. In 4 hours,
it's across and down, but yeah.
Okay, so yeah, but that's basically the other side of the country, right? If you drove 4 hours from St. Louis west, you'll get to Kansas City, Missouri, the same state, by the way.
Okay, it's not all about size, mate. You know what I mean?
That's what she said. Yeah, that's right. I'm just saying. It's to me, it's like thinking
scale
about
of the United States to the UK.
Right. If I drove to Kansas City and I said pancakes or I said food items, they would know what I'm talking about. It would be completely insane for me to drive to like, another part of in my own state, like the other side of Kansas City, and they'd be like, and I would say some kind of a food item, and they go, I have no clue what you're talking about. It's like, what is going on? There's regional differences, but in the United States, there's not so much variance. Like if you say certain things, people know what you're talking about.
Listen to this. Right. Roger, the end of the bread, what do you call it?
The end of the bread.
The slice. What's the last slice on the end of each bread?
Okay, knob.
See? That's different.
What do you guys call it?
Crust. It's the crust.
We call it the heel.
Oh, hold on. You're talking about the outside edge.
The last
No, the last slice.
The last slice.
Of the bread.
Yeah, that would normally be called. I believe. Yeah, that's what I think it is.
Yeah.
I don't even know. What do you call the end of it? Yeah, no, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
It's the crust, but you call it the what?
we call it
the knob.
We call it the heel,
right?
We call it the heel of the bread.
I honestly think that's what. I don't really know. I never really discussed the end piece of a loaf of bread.
You're eating the end of a piece. So if people ask you what you're eating right now, your response
I wouldn't tell them.
Your response would be, "I'm not eating the crust. I'm eating."
Well, Roger probably does. He might be one of those guys that doesn't eat the last piece of the bread. A lot of people don't.
This is what I'm talking about. I only brought that up because I know that it seems to be related to bread and stuff that they change for some reason. It's bread-based products that change all over the country.
What's wrong with this guy? He's always eating the ass of the bread, and then earlier he was talking about yummy body parts. God, Jesus, man, you're killing me, brother. I love you, but holy cow, you're starting to sound like a psychopath.
But
then we call it the ends or the heels. That's what we call it in the United. At least most people. We call it the heels.
Yeah,
but a lot of people don't eat it.
It's bread.
I understand.
In this country. It's bread. Like you go anywhere in this country, and bread has a different name for different parts of the bread.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's right. I don't know what they all are, but I'm sure that you are right.
But if I go to Norfolk and ask for chips, that's still chips. That's
Puerto Ricans call it the tit. Okay, well, yeah, that's cool.
See how many different words there are for one little thing.
Right. So,
and that's all just here.
Switching from bread, heels, tits, knobs. Whatever. How are you? You got the ROG. So how's that been?
What are you talking about?
The ROG phone, the ROG 3.
I don't understand.
I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. I'll drive in the UK and punch you right in the head.
I actually went to Asus and they said to me, please do not call it the ROG. Please do not do that. Please call it
ROG.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Matt. You go ahead. How is your phone?
Dude, I can't going from the ROG 2 to the ROG 3. You think it's not going to be much of a difference.
Yeah.
But the power consumption for one, I have noticed a massive difference for saying it's the same size battery. Like I'm on 59% now, and I got up at 6:30 this morning and unplugged the phone, and I'm not even halfway through it yet. But the main thing I think has improved a lot is the camera. I've been sharing some photos on the Discord.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
And I've been comparing Gcam and the normal, and a lot of the time the normal camera looks better than the Gcam. The only thing I don't think is the third lens is a bit unnecessary, but the way they do the processing and the camera lens itself is a big difference.
Do you take a lot? I mean, is photography something really important to you then?
I just do it because I go through so many phones. It's nice to compare. Like
of course it is,
people, you see people on YouTube are always like, it's a gaming phone. The camera's going to be crap. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
But the difference you actually see in the phones that I've had before and the gaming phones, it's a little tiny bit worse, and dynamic range and this, that, and the other. But honestly, it's not a bad camera at all.
No, that's cool.
The ROG 2 had tendency to be really oversaturated, but they seem to have fixed that in this one.
Yeah.
But it's just overall everything. Like this, streaming on this, the only thing, the headphone jack.
Yeah.
But again, I'm using the dongle. I do have the fan attachment that came in the box with the phone that has the headphone jack on it. It's just another thing to attach to the phone. Yeah, fine. But
ask him to cadge a kiggle off him.
Siggy, I think.
Oh, Siggy. Oh, cadge a Siggy off him. Oh, okay. Cadge.
I know what Siggy is, but what the fuck is cadge?
I don't know, but that might mean.
I think that means, can I have a fag?
Have some. I think.
Yeah, like a borrow one or have one. Yeah.
See, here we say, can you crash a fag?
Scrouge.
Crash, borrow, lend.
Mate. Giss a fag.
Giss a fag, geezer. I want a cigarette, mate. You know what I mean?
Oh, Jesus. I don't know. So
I don't know what you expected. Me and Chris were like
apparently,
this.
I expect complete chaos from a country that's supposed to be all proper and square. No, you guys are all fucked up. You're like Americans.
A
just
very fucking narrow-sighted of the UK.
It's because you guys put that shit out there.
No, we don't.
Yeah, you do. Oh, no, we don't. It's like
all tea sipping wankers who wear fucking one eye thing and a top hat,
a monocle. Hello, love.
And drive around on fucking cobbled streets.
I'm just saying, but whenever it's just funny because I'm pretty paying attention to UK culture, and I look at things like I didn't know that there was that much variance. It's just, to me, it's incredibly eye-opening.
There really is.
How much difference it is. It's pretty wild. So. You places
though you really struggle. Not just it's like Liverpool and like it's really, sometimes they speak so fast and their accent is so strong.
Right.
I'm just there like I ain't got a clue. I didn't get.
You
may as well have spoke French. I ain't got a fucking clue what you just said.
Sometimes when you're trying to be really polite, you're talking to somebody and you don't actually know what they're saying, and you're just sort of sitting there and like, oh yeah.
I got nothing.
Okay, yeah.
Like I got nothing.
I got nothing.
No idea what they just said.
But
you try to be polite.
Anybody?
You got Google Translate on that thing? You do? Can you put it up there? I don't know the hell that
it's that strong that Google, Alexa, and things like that, like the Scottish accent, Liverpool,
even they give
Newcastle,
up.
They can't understand it.
Right.
It's so weird.
So you're liking the ROG. It's proper update.
The only thing is, since I've had it, I've been at work constantly or busy, so I've not actually had a proper gaming session on it yet.
Oh,
I have all the games on it ready to go. I've watched some media. The speakers are improved. over the ROG2, which I didn't think would be a thing. I thought the ROG2 speakers were really good, but these are actually better.
So
the only thing I will say, at loud volume, it distorts a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but apparently that's an ROG thing that you can, like, it's got Audio Wizard, so you can go in and set it up to your own liking. But standard, it really distorts at high volume, badly. It sounds like a blown speaker.
Wow,
that's not good. Yeah.
Only on certain, like, because I listen to rock music, so it's only certain songs if it's heavy, but most of the time it's fine.
So, Roger, what's your daily driver? What kind of phones do you use?
Crysis.
What?
Yeah, I was saying when you were talking about the ROG phone, I was like, yeah, but does it run Crysis?
It can run
anything,
whatever the fuck.
There you go.
I'm sure it can. My handset is my daily driver is, you're gonna laugh, I've had many, by the way, and I'm not tied down to any particular brand or anything, but I'm
get that cross above his head. Make sure you click it when he says iPhone in a
No.
I'm currently using an iPhone.
Okay. It's okay.
It's the 11 Pro Max, and it's cool. It's cool. It's fairly cool. It's, as we know, it's iOS, so some people love it, some people won't so much. And by the way, I love Android, the operating system. I love Android handsets. I love iOS handsets. You know why? Because I just like...
Thank God for that. I thought we was going to have to start getting into an argument about these widgets that you've got.
Oh, yeah. These awesome new iOS 14. Yeah.
Don't even start me off, because my friend's got an iPhone 11 Pro Max.
Okay.
I literally seen him yesterday, and he was like, "Oh my God, look!" And I'm like, "Welcome to 2014." Like,
2014, yeah.
What are you doing? Like, Windows Phone was like, where have you been for the last 10 years?
It is true. It is well overdue. Stuff like widgets, and there's many things actually. Like, you can now obviously set. The first thing I did when I installed iOS 14 was set up a few widgets. I don't want them all. I don't like all of that. There's a couple that I'll use, so it's just nice to have the option. You might want to use them. So I've done that. And I also went straight into the settings for Chrome and set that as my default browser, because I hate that. I hate that when you open an email. Every email I open, it opens Safari. That's fine if you use Safari. But the reason I don't use Safari is because I have two different systems here that I use. I use a Windows-based system, and I do use also Mac OS. But the problem is, if you use Safari, I've always had problems with it remembering and serving up my username and passwords for many things. So I want to use Chrome, because I can use that across absolutely everything, and it works all the time everywhere. So obviously, before you couldn't set Chrome, for example. Yeah, or Firefox, yeah. But now you can with iOS 14. So that's the first thing that I went in and did, was set Chrome as the default browser. And it worked. And I tested it, of course. I opened an email, clicked on a link, and it works. And I'm like, yes, at last. So that's really cool. The reason I got involved with iPhone originally was because I like how reliable the operating system was and still is, and I like how clean and how reliable the apps were. Now, going back, and I'm talking a long time ago, like around the iPhone 3GS, 4, that kind of time, I had an Android handset. It might have been a HTC or something. I can't remember what it was now.
Nice.
I can't remember. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
You're starting to win us back.
That's good. That's good.
You said I'm like, okay, I'm listening. I'm back in. I'm back in now.
But you know something? I did keep having problems with quite a few apps. They would crash, they wouldn't load properly, and not everything. I'm not talking about everything, and I'm not necessarily talking about the operating system. Just some of the apps I had problems with, and at the time, they were really important to me, and it drove me insane. So I thought, you know what? Next thing I can do now, I've tried a few different handsets. Next thing I can do now is let's try an iPhone, because apparently I can get the same apps from the App Store. I did, and they worked really well. So I stuck with iPhone for a few more years. Then, of course, I decided to start this channel, this YouTube channel. And I thought, you know what? I need to look at some other handsets, really. I need to look at some more Android stuff again. And the first Android handset that I picked up and used was a Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 or something along them lines. I can't really remember the exact model, but it was awesome. Android was awesome. And I was like, wow, this has improved a lot. This is like really good now. Everything was reliable, nothing crashed, and the UI was Xiaomi, the UI wasn't amazing, but things were good. Things were better than they were.
No,
that's right. But as the years have gone by and things that, Android has come such a long way. I mean, it is so much better now, And I had the ROG. I was very lucky because Asus. Okay, I created a video about the Zenfone 5. And Asus saw that video. It was one of my better videos. It had more views than many of the other videos. And Asus saw that and they were like, you know what? Apparently they phoned some guy from the US to the UK and they were like, you need to speak to this guy. We want him to do some more stuff with us. So then I got this call from somebody in the UK at Asus and he was like, we'd really like to sort of work with you a bit. We'd like to maybe invite you to come here and whatever, do some stuff on. So I did. And, excuse me. And of course I got my hands on the first ROG phone, which was, at the time, it was really cool. I went to Asus, I went to their UK HQ, and I had this suitcase that I unboxed, and there's all these amazing accessories in there and everything. And
I want to do that.
Yeah, it was awesome, Matt. It was awesome. It was really, really cool. And I was there, and I kept having to, I was like, is this real? Am I really at Asus in the UK? Honestly.
I can believe that, because I think I'd be like, wait. What?
and a couple of weeks before, Tom the tech chap had been in that in that same room, and I was like, "Wow, I've seen this in Tom's video, and I'm here now." It was awesome. It was really cool. Yeah. So, is it
Joe's
Apple
asking?
Watch? Yeah.
Joe's asking. Yeah, you're asking. Yeah, it looks like an Apple Watch. Is it?
It is.
So, how do you feel about the new one? Are you okay with that one? Are you looking at the new versions of the Apple Watch 6? And I know you don't want to, but. Maybe you do. Hell, who knows? Maybe you do want to. I don't know.
I do want a new Apple Watch. This is a Series 3.
Okay.
It therefore doesn't support some of the new watch faces. The basic one, I like fun stuff. I do like fun stuff. I want the Memoji watch face. I want to see myself every time I lift the, when it's no, I know that sounds a bit sad. But,
These iPhone users, man.
Yeah, but it is. It's I don't know. I would like some of the other features. Like it tells you how long to wash your hands for. The new.
Apple
Watches. You've seen that? Yeah, for 20 seconds.
I've heard about. Yeah, it's like you can just sing a song. I think you can sing a happy birthday or something like that or whatever.
Or you could just count to 20.
You could count.
Or you could just wash your hands. Right. That's okay.
I'm going to speak to my Galaxy Watch and say, hello, can you tell me how long to wash my hands for, please?
It's like, when have you been washing your hands? When did that shit start, stupid ass? You're like, oh, fair enough.
No, it is Series 3, but I think I would like to... Siri's just come up. He thought I said Siri, I didn't. Series 3. Yeah, maybe I'd like to... I don't... The problem is I'm not one of these people that has loads and loads of cash everywhere to spend on. I really don't, and that's where I have
the Series 5, when the Series 6 comes out, will drop a lot in price and maybe more worth it.
Yeah, because Series 5, I think even Zach Talks Tech, who obviously was here, he might still be here, I'm not sure, but Zach, I believe, I believe I saw him post recently that he updated to his Series
the SE
5.
Watch. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the other one. The SE Watch.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. That's another option. That's probably. I think that's going to be quite popular, actually.
Yeah.
And the band looks cool because, of course, the one that I've got on here has the. I don't know if you can see. It's got obviously the stud kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
The new one is a solid band, which
I won't say simple for Apple users, but.
No, but the new one's got a really simple band. It doesn't have, apparently it's stretchy and it's comfortable.
I have no idea. I'm not going to lie. I have not watched 1 second of that event from last week.
No, that's fair, though, because some people are not...
I was at work when it was on, and I've not even gone back to look, and I've not even seen what the new watch looks like.
Disgraceful behaviour, Matt. I mean...
I know there was an SE, and I knew the series, and I saw a picture of all the colours of the new iPads, but I wasn't like, oh my God, I've got to go home and watch this right now. Like, if it was an LG event, I'd be like, I've got to watch that back.
That's fair.
I'm quite sad. I had to watch the Wing. I watched that back.
Oh, the Wing. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm quite sad because I do try and watch every single event. Everything. Whether it's Apple, whether it's Samsung, whether, I do try.
I can if I'm not at work, yeah.
Yeah. But I get it. Everyone has their priorities. Everyone has what they want to watch and what,
But there's certain things I won't go back and watch if I don't need to, because I'm on Twitter. I don't need to watch a whole event.
No, of course you don't.
See a picture of an Apple Watch. I'll be like, oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess they released a new watch. Yeah.
They got a new watch. They got another iPad. another one. What the fuck are they doing? Calm the fuck down with your iPad releases, man. They're not even different.
Well, in a way, you're sort of right. They do release a lot of hardware, don't they? They really do release a lot of hardware.
Yeah, they've got the phone thing down to a T. One a year, done.
Well, they have to because they're
now
the
the
only
SE,
OEM.
obviously.
Right.
Now the
they're
SE.
Apple's only OEM. It's not like you've got Xiaomi, Huawei, and
Why all the iPads? Like, I do not understand why there's so many fucking iPads to choose from, and they don't even name them properly, so you don't even know which fucking one you're looking at. So you're just there, like, I don't know. I've got nothing. I have no idea.
I don't know if it even turns on. It's old. But it's old. 2, 3?
No, because Apple don't use numbers.
I think it's
so you just have to fucking guess which one it is.
I think it's like
2020, 2019.
I'll tell you how old it is. It still actually uses the old 30 pin still. That's how old it is. So I don't know what the hell. It doesn't barely work. It only updates to iOS 9. I don't know. I turned it on one day and
dude, that's like Apple's like,
I don't know,
6, 7, 8 years.
But isn't it supposed to work for like 30 years? It should just work. That's why I buy Apple, because I could just keep updating it for like 20 years and it just keeps working.
Listen, I am not shitting on the iPads because they are. If you want a tablet, that is it.
I'm just surprised it actually powered on.
Any of the other ones, like none of the Android ones, are even worth buying.
I think.
Personally, I mean, I have a Samsung tab. I have a Samsung Galaxy Tab S2. That's upstairs. Okay. That's like donkey's years old. I think it's still on Android 8.
I have a Nexus 7 2013. I found that from my mom. Well, my mom
use it for
my mom passed
films.
away, and I gave it to her, and I forgot all about it. And then when I was going through her apartment, I'm like, holy shit, I forgot I gave her this.
No way.
Did you find that last week when you was looking to go through the apartment?
I was like, I forgot I even put Lineage on it. That's how because I don't know. I'm surprised even it powered up. I don't think she ever used it. I think
your mom would never use that one. She would never. She did,
because I tried to show her because it was harder on the small phone. She had like little phones and she was trying to always play she liked to play the slot machine games and stuff like that. And I was like, here, mom, if you have it on a tablet, it's bigger where you could manipulate it. But she didn't care about that shit. So I forgot all about it. Honestly, I didn't even, it still works and everything. And I totally forgot I even had it. I actually rooted it and put Lineage on it. I think it's Lineage 14 or some old shit going on. So it's kind of cool. So the iPad does work. It does power on, but it's old. I mean, it's old. So I don't know. That's interesting. So I don't pay much attention to any of those things. Like the Samsung event. I heard it was really boring. I don't know. I don't watch that stuff because here's the thing. The reason I don't watch the shows is because everybody's going to be commenting it because I know one's going to come on because my Twitter feed just goes off the deep end between, and it's fair. Like, Juan and all these people are live tweeting it, and Juan does a real good job of like tweeting throughout the show. So I almost feel like I don't have to watch it because he's giving commentary. Right. So really when they say, it's boring as watching paint dry, I'm like, good, I got the highlights. It's like watching highlights of a sports game, right? I don't have to worry about watching all the plays between.
There's only one company that I've watched the event for every single time, and that's Sony PlayStations. This year, I've watched them all. I've watched them all.
And you have your PS5 on pre-order, right?
I do, but Sony were fuckers for that. They've apologized on Twitter now, on the official page, saying basically it was a clusterfuck. Like, they released the event, was there, watched the event, then the event ended with the prices. That's it. And then it wasn't even its own tweet. In the comment section of the tweet about the event, they said, "Oh, by the way, pre-orders start tomorrow."
Yeah.
And everyone lost their damn fucking mind because it went live tomorrow, and then Game and other places were saying it was 8 a.m., but then 1 a.m. came along and everything went live.
Wow. Yeah. So I was going to ask
when
Roger,
normal people were asleep and getting up for work in the morning thinking I'll get up at 7 and I'll jump on and pre-order it. Sold out everywhere. Smith's, Argos, Curry's website crashed, Games website crashed, and then they all sold out.
Right, and
that was insane.
Roger, are you a gamer? Do you prefer Xbox, PC? I mean, what's your level of like? Are you into games? Do you play a lot?
I am.
This is very good. We've already established he's Apple, so the answer to this question is very important.
No, I do like Android as well. I will just say that. But yes, I do game. I do. No, I do game on PC mainly. I do I know that some people think this is great. Other people. I do play Fortnite quite a lot. I like that game.
I just suck at it. That's why I don't play it. I think it's a cool game, but I play and I'm
suck.
terrible.
No, I suck too. I mean,
You suck at all fucking battle royale games, Sam. Like, let's not get into Warzone.
Well, I'll tell you something about Warzone.
Look at Sam.
And for that, I have a cheese ball. And I'm going to go on mute.
Well,
I'm going to have because I brought this. I never showed anybody, but I brought this with me. This is my Jack Daniels here.
Well, if everyone's showing, I'll be the channel sponsor. No, I'm joking.
Hey, you never know. Pepsi.
No, we have a channel sponsor. It's above your head.
Oh, of course you do. Yes. How could I forget? Yeah.
Extreme Skins. Get you some.
Extreme Skins.
And get some.
They're cool guys as well. They've got a lot of nice skins.
Dude,
actually.
The guys that work there as well are just awesome people.
Yeah.
They're so kind and they're friendly, and the customer service is unreal.
Yeah, and even for probably in the United States, as far as getting it shipped and all that kind of stuff, it's really nice. I had our issue with I ordered the Switch Lite on accident because I wasn't paying attention, and then I was like a day later, like, oh shit, they're gonna probably ship it. So I emailed them, I was like, hey, I realized that I got excited. I saw the Switch and I have a regular Switch, so oh, no problem. And they were like, credit card was done. They charged it back. They said cancel the order, no big deal. It was like it took like literally 5 minutes. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. That was my first interaction.
Fast responders as well.
Yeah, they don't screw around. If you email them, they'll bill it within like 10 minutes. They fix it really good. So I was very happy. And ordering stuff from them and getting shipped has been like a breeze. It's been really good. I love them, and I would like to get one for my new phone, but I'm going to have to wait. I'm going to have to wait a little bit.
Because we're the UK, Brexit doesn't allow us to have any nice things.
So it's going to be a while for the Duo. Actually, I still don't even have the other one. It hasn't even.
I'd love to just. I haven't actually been to a store and see. I don't even know if are they here, Matt?
Nope.
Can we? No. So I can't even. Nope. I mean, that's one handset. Nope. Yeah, that's one handset that I actually think would be quite handy. I
know it's nice. It's nice, but I didn't know they weren't bringing it until we had Saf on the show. When Saf was on the show a couple of weeks ago,
because I watched that. Yeah,
he said he reached out to them about getting a review, and they said they have no plans of releasing it in the UK yet.
Why that? Oh, yet. Okay.
Because we're not allowed dual screen stuff. No. Like the guys took the piss out of me last week because I was the only person on stream not to have a dual screen device of any kind.
Have you not got the case for your ROG?
We can't have. No.
Okay.
Can you Google it? Right, I guarantee you won't be able to get one.
No, you probably can't. Because when I made the video,
not sold here. It's so hard to find.
This is the crazy thing. Because when I made the video, I went to Asus like I was talking about earlier on. I did the whole suitcase, unboxed that. Mr. Who's the Boss had already done that, so my video didn't get that many views, really, But when I did that, I was like, and then half of the stuff wasn't available here. And people kept coming to the video and they're like, hey, I really like this. Where can I get the whole suitcase? Or where can I get this, that? And I'm like, I don't know. Please ask Asus. I have no idea. They just asked me to show you it in the video, which I did. But I don't know where you get it.
It's not on the website. You go in ROG phone on the website and then accessories.
But if there's a demand
and then there's the fan and then that's it. And a case. Where's the rest of it?
I don't get it.
Like, there's a whole suitcase full of shit and you ain't got none of it.
It's a shame.
So Roger's
eBay. It's literally eBay for ROG accessories.
So Roger's a PC guy, but do you have consoles? Have you played them? Does your son play? I mean, how does that work? Are you looking to dive in now that consoles? I mean, what's that whole console aspect for you? How your use case works?
The problem for me is that I've never used. No, that's not fair. I don't have any consoles at the moment. I have my eye on probably an Xbox, the new Xbox console. Possibly that's what I would do. But that's because of stuff like, the Xbox Game Pass, which you can use some of the stuff on PC. And it ties into the PC side of stuff. But there's for example, there are a few people that I play with quite a lot. A few people that I talk to. See, what's really nice about YouTube is I've made some really awesome friends. I now talk to people regularly. Like some guys, I don't know if you know Concept Creator, who does the concepts of all the handset stuff, Jermaine. So I think I talk to Jermaine every day, like every single. And it's not about
stuff is great.
He's really cool. He does his animation stuff is awesome, and he's very talented with that. I'm quite I think he was.
Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah. So but I talk to Jermaine every single day, and most of the time it's not even about anything tech related. You know, we've just become friends, which is nice. We just have a chat. But it's not just Jermaine. There's other people as well that I talk to as well. The problem is most of the people that I talk to.
He's claiming he doesn't know yet.
Apparently, he's having some plausible deniability. He's like, who? That Roger? I don't know who the fuck that guy is. He's talking crazy talk right
Jermaine,
now.
I will get you for that.
Perfect.
Yeah. No, but you know, so most of the guys that I talk to, all of them game, 99% of them game on PC. And of course, they're the guys that I play with, you know. So if I then go off on console, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to be on my own. Right. I don't know, maybe I wouldn't. I'm not sure. But the Xbox is the one that I will have my own.
A lot of it's crossplay though, isn't it now? Like,
yeah, of course it is.
Especially some of the big ones. So like on PS4, I can play with you, and like we play Warzone with TK and stuff, and he does on PC. So it's nice that a lot of the bigger games. I'd like to see it in more games.
Thing is, I watch. So you know Matthew Moniz.
Yeah.
By the way, he is. I love him to bits.
Yeah, he seems like a really properly good dude. He looks really nice.
I love his chat.
I love his content. He's really good.
He is such a nice guy, and I reached out to Matt right when I first started my channel because I'd been watching Matt for a very long time, and I was like, Matt, it's me, Roger, and he was like, oh yeah, hi, how you doing? And this was by email. I sent him an email, and I said, I'm so worried about my first couple of videos that I'm releasing on the channel. By the way, they were awful, but he came back and he said to me, you know what, Roger, just relax, be yourself, and in time it will happen. Just do what he said. What you're doing is great. Just, you know, and right at the start, he hasn't got time for this kind of stuff. He's a busy man, you know, and I shouldn't really have sent him that email. But because I kind of looked up to him and I'd watched him for a very long time, what he said to me, if he replied, and what he said would really mean a lot to me. And he did. He took the time, he replied, and I was like, I can't believe he actually replied to me. And everything, he's such a cool guy. So now, of course, I watch all his stuff all the time. I did anyway, but you know, and I watch him live stream on Twitch, and he plays Warzone. And so many times I'm in the chat, and he's like, Roger, download the bloody game, and you can come and play with me. But I can't. I can play Fortnite because it's more fun, more silly. But the more serious stuff, Call of Duty kind of stuff, it's a bit more serious. It's a bit more hardcore.
It's still fun.
You can still suck.
It's still fun.
I love it. I am in love with playing Warzone.
Well, Matt, would you maybe you can play a couple of games with me and show me, because half the stuff I just don't get.
Well, me too. I have no idea because
I'm still teaching. I did that the wrong way.
Because I only play hardcore free for all. This shit where I have to entirely empty an entire magazine of fucking rounds into somebody and they don't die pisses me off. I like hardcore because it's like I hit you once, boom. Now you get hit once, you die.
You're just a bitch.
It makes you because well, here's the thing.
Shoot them in the fucking head and not in the kneecap, and you might actually do some damage to them.
Right. So here's the thing. Because of I used to be a police officer, I'm used to shooting mass center. So the whole thinking of combat, and you shoot the most obvious hittable target when you're shooting at things. So when we play like Warzone, I'm thinking like more like I always try to reload under cover. I always try to move, and I pay attention to open spaces. And I'm like trying to, and these guys, so I'm like running around. They're like, Sam, where the hell are you going? I'm like, fuck you guys, I'm moving. It's been 10 seconds. This building's empty. Fuck off. And I'm out of here. And I'm like, fucking running.
And he goes down, and he's like,
and I get shot.
And I'm like, well, we did fucking tell you.
But the last time I wasn't getting shot, and I was like running into buildings because I was like, let's go. How about this, assholes? Let's go where there's no humans. So we can just, if plunder's about getting money, let's go get the money and screw all this other bullshit, right? So I just run around like a crazy person. So while they were like 400 yards back there, I'm like going through like finding.
And what happened?
I didn't get killed. No.
You got killed.
No, I didn't.
You did. Not many times, but you did get killed.
Or then you dickheads. So you sit there and the zone's hot. Guys are shooting you as you're parachuting in, and you guys are going right into the zone. You don't even get 2 feet on the ground. Boom. And I'm like, why do you guys keep going where all these other assholes are who have got the tactical drop on you? Why are you doing that?
Dude, so funny. You have become very good at plunder, I am happy to say.
I've gotten better at it.
That you are, yes, my young Padawan.
So don't feel bad, Roger, if you get into a situation where you don't really know what you're doing.
If you download it,
it's fun.
We can jump on and we can play for sure.
The only other thing about that game is that it seems like every time there's an update, it's like 150 gig or something.
Oh, it's stupid.
It's
I
big,
actually
isn't
had
it?
to put
It's
on a second
ridiculous.
hard drive because I couldn't load any other games on my damn PlayStation.
That reminds me. I have to tell you. Have you played Microsoft Flight Simulator, the new one, or have you tried
No.
it? No. Okay.
No.
So basically, because also I have.
We don't
this-
have the hardware for that.
I think Ronald
Oh.
has played it. Ronald,
Yeah,
he's
this-
Webster RC. I think he's got it. I think he's the only one that I know who's even
Okay.
played it and tried it. So yeah, he'd be up right up your alley as far as knowing what the hell's going on. We don't have a clue.
I did something really stupid because that's also a huge download. That's like 130 gig or maybe 150 gig or something like that. Here's what I did, right? I basically dedicated an external hard drive just to this one game because it was fairly big. And I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to download it. I did. I installed it. I ran the game. And I was like, oh, I've done a silly thing. I've got another machine with a better graphics card, better GPU over there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to unplug that hard drive. I'm going to plug it into the other one. And as soon as I did that, and I opened the Xbox game launcher kind of thing, it basically said, no, there's nothing on this hard drive. I said, no, there is. I just sat here for hours and it downloaded. It's definitely... And it said, no, this hard drive is empty. I said, no, it's not. So I thought, okay. Maybe it's got something to do with licenses or something. I'll plug it back into the other. And it said, no, there's nothing on this hard drive. I said, oh, come on. And now I had downloaded it. I had opened it. I'd seen the files. I knew it was there. So I learnt my lesson. I downloaded it on the internal hard drive, and on the proper machine, and it worked fine. Great game, though. Great game. Really awesome. I flew over the top of where I live. It's amazing.
Well,
It's really
I
cool.
like how it seems like Jermaine likes to give Roger the business. This is nice. I like to see this. Just not me and Matt fucking with each other, right?
No, fish and chips. Oh,
He's he's here to give you a little bit of the razzing. I like that. That makes me feel good.
He came to, so we went to an event. I can't remember when it was, last year or something. Jermaine, I said, let's meet up in London, and we did. And he'd had like this flight and this train and underground, and he'd never done, I don't think, any of that, and it was all highly confusing. But he got there, and we met up. And then he was like, well, the event's not for another like 4 or 5 hours. What are we going to do? And I said, oh, I know this awesome coffee house I can take you to. It's called Costa Coffee. And he was like, really? What's Costa Coffee? I said, well, let's go. So we had Costa Coffee, which is like a Starbucks kind of thing, same kind of thing. And he was like, really? You call this good coffee? And I was like, well, yeah, it's fairly good. I don't know. Maybe they have really amazing coffee in the Netherlands. I'm not sure. But then, of course, that was that. And we're walking along, and he was like, wow, what building is this? And I was like, honestly, I have no idea. It looks cool, though. And as we got round the front, it was Buckingham Palace.
I heard of that.
I don't fucking know what this.
yeah,
Somebody
Someone
lives there.
lives
Like
there.
I was
some
like,
guy
I think
named
the
Bill.
Queen might live there.
Some dude named Bill. I don't know. Some guy named Steven. I don't know who it is.
It
Wow,
was brilliant.
dude.
It was funny. And then, of course, I didn't get him or tell him or anything about fish and chips. And that's it. And from that day, he will not let me live that down. So,
Wait,
yeah.
you had somebody come to this country and you didn't introduce them to fish and chips.
I know.
Wow.
I
What
failed.
kind of friend are you?
I failed, Matt. At my
Apparently, he
one
dropped the
duty.
ball here. Wow,
Yeah.
man.
Dude.
I mean,
It's true. It's true.
I
I think that's the first thing I do if I get off the plane and fucking
two lots of fish and
Heathrow.
chips when he goes
I'm
back.
like, dude, I'm going to give me a proper English breakfast. I want a proper English, and I got to get some fish and chips.
Definitely.
Oh, hell yeah.
You should. You
The
should.
first thing we're doing
beans on
is
toast
going
you
for
need
fish
as well.
and chips,
That's-
and then we're going to a proper pub.
Right. I don't want to eat like God. I didn't fly fucking all this way to get a goddamn Starbucks. Fuck that. I want to have some stuff that I can't get anywhere, and I want to go
And
to a pub.
I have got Costa's nice, yes, but it is.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
It's nice, but that's just it though. It's just
nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's nice
I'm
coffee.
with you on that. I'm with
Right,
you.
and we will,
nice.
because when Matt gets here, there's a place called Steve's Hot Dogs. I've worn the shirt before. It's in St. Louis, and they have Nathan's Famous, and it's going to be awesome because I'm gonna hook Matt. We're gonna toast the ravioli. Oh, that's right. Roger doesn't know about toasted raviolis.
Oh shit! Right, I didn't know this was a fucking thing at all until
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Stupid mirror that way. This guy, I had no idea. And when we first started this show, he used to snack.
I used to eat food during the show because it was like, who else
We
is
was just chilling. There was no one here, and it was just a general thing. And he used to have things like he's eating this thing. I'm like, what the fuck is this? He's like toasted ravioli. I'm like, and he's like, you don't know what toasted? I was like, no fucking clue.
Hold
what
on.
toasted ravioli is.
So you take a standard ravioli, and you put breading on it, and you deep fry it, and you serve it with marinara sauce. and like a little bit of parm on top of it, and you just snack on it. It's
So
like a
good.
snack. Dude, it's a St. Louis thing. It's like another. It's around now, but when I was a kid, like I went to a place and I mentioned they're like Detroit. They're like, what the fuck is a toasted ravioli? Yeah, and Ronald, they call it ravioli fritti, but here in St. Louis we call it TRs, right?
Oh, toaster ravioli. I thought you meant toast and ravioli.
No,
'Cause, I mean,
toasted
I was
ravioli.
gonna say-
It's like deep fried.
We have that.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, Matt, how can you not have had ravioli on
Of course,
toast?
we have ravioli on
It's
toast.
it's deep fried ravioli with breading, and you serve it with like dipping sauce. And you just dip it like
Okay.
almost like salsa and chips. It's awesome.
Yeah,
and you
okay.
get- yeah,
okay, that
it's
does sound
really
good.
That's
That
really
does
good. It's like
actually sound really good. Yeah.
That's a St. Louis thing. So we're gonna have to do some exchanging of food and stuff like that. So when Matt
I'll
comes
send
here,
you-
we're
I'll
gonna
send
get a
you some of
hookup.
this. That's coming.
Yeah, I'm not eating that shit because I've already had I've had Vegemite and it's just as awful.
Yeah, it's
And-
pretty
and
similar to that.
I'm like,
I think.
yeah, fuck all that.
Why would you like? I don't understand. Like, what kind of person are you? You have Marmite. You don't bring your foreign friends for fish and chips.
I know.
It's like
I know. It's not good. I failed
yeah.
everybody.
Why don't you come to the Netherlands? You're gonna
you
eat- if you're gonna
failed
get
us as British people to introduce people
a
to
stroop
fish
waffle.
and chips.
Oh, is that like a waffle that's got like food? It's
Yeah.
got like
They're
yeah.
awesome. They're like round. They got like caramel in them, and they're so
Oh
nice.
yeah, I've heard
And
of
the
them.
problem
They're
is,
pretty
I'm
good.
buying. Yeah, and I'm buying them in the supermarket. Jermaine's like, no, that's not the proper stuff. You need the fresh stuff from, and I can imagine what it must be like to be fresh. Yeah, it must be cool.
Yeah.
There's stuff that I want to, like, so McDonald's, for example, there's some stuff I love. See, I want to get to the US. I want to get to the US to try some stuff, Not only for that, but there's places I would love to visit. California, I'd love to visit New York. There's all different. Do you know somewhere else I want to go? This is a weird one. I want to go to Texas, but I kind of,
I said that.
Yeah, the reason I want
That
to go
was
there,
super
though-
weird. I said the same thing.
Oh, did you really? The reason
Yeah.
I want to go there is because like in films you see like this ranch out in the with farmers and stuff, and there's a guy with a mason jar sitting in his rocking chair on the outside. That's what I want to see. Is that real?
Dude, you live in a forest. You could just
Well, I
buy a
do,
chair
yeah,
and
but
do that. Like,
There's nothing here. There's just deer and foxes.
So you mean is there a guy like sitting on a porch on a
Yeah.
ranch,
Mason
drinking out of
jar.
a mason jar of
Yeah.
like could be lemonade, could be pee. You don't really know. You don't really care, right? And he's just sitting there like in this rocking chair.
yeah, but
on
isn't
the
that
down.
very
Yeah.
narrow?
Get
that's
along,
like,
little dog.
that's
It's
like, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
How we
Oh my
how
God.
we see Texas is how you see England. It's very one way.
Is it like that though?
It's sort of-
Is there must be
It's
a
not,
guy?
it's not like that. No, it's not
Here's
like that.
here's the thing. I've never been to Texas.
Oh, okay.
There is a guy
That's fair.
somewhere in sort of
There
ranch
must
in
be.
Oldville,
I wanna meet
sat
him.
there, all pissed
Yeah,
off.
and you want to talk about
Because
here's
there's
what
a city built where he used to live.
and
and
this
he's
is
like-
true. Ronald's not kidding, man. Texas is fucking huge. I mean, it's like physical size of the state.
Oh,
it is
really? I didn't know it was
enormous.
that
Oh,
big. Okay.
god damn, yeah. It's
Okay.
like Austin and Dallas and Houston and Fort Worth. Dude, Texas is enormous. El Paso, they get stuff on the border. Yeah, Texas is like enormous. So yeah. I mean, we kind of go like
no. What
everything's
we're
big
gonna
in
do?
Texas, including the toast. Very
Yes,
big.
not
Texas
ravioli, big ravioli like this big.
Yeah, it's yeah.
What
he
we're
said-
gonna do is we're gonna get all the UK creators, me, Rogers, and the other guys, and we're gonna fly over, and then we're gonna eat all your food, and we're gonna fly back.
It's fine. We get
That's
them
not a
up.
bad idea.
Yeah,
that could go
It's
quite
not
well.
right.
No,
I mean,
that's not a bad
Just
idea.
the current fuckery that is the world, like that's not, that's
See,
not
here's the thing: you can come here
that's
and
not
stay in
something
St.
we
Louis
can
'cause
do,
it's-
but-
you can stay in St. Louis because it's in the Midlands, right? If you're in the United States, is the Midlands. That's where, yeah, right. It's in the Midwest,
That's
and
where
then you
I
can
live.
get in a car and you can drive 4 hours to Chicago, and we can get you, you can deep dish Chicago style pizza. We can go to a White Sox game. You can do all that shit, right? Chicago's good. You can go left. You can go west to Kansas City. Barbecue like for days. And I'm talking
Kansas.
proper
That's
barbecue.
we
another
need to
place.
meet. We need to get like a big meeting of everyone together.
Well, Roger should follow me on Instagram because I do my barbecue stuff all the time, and I posted pictures of like ribs. I smoke ribs and
Dude. Oh, you ain't right. We have barbecues, right? But our barbecues are backyard barbecues. Just, they're British
not proper
barbecues.
barbecues,
They're
yeah.
burgers and
They're just-
sausages and
yeah,
hot
yeah, yeah.
dogs and everything's
Yeah.
burnt because we fucking stupid and we don't give a shit. And we're taking advantage of the hot weather, which is 4 days a year.
Yeah, exactly.
And- But oh man, they slow cook barbecue and everything. It's fucking
yeah,
mental.
at 6 hours in a smoker, right? I wrap it and smoke
What?
it.
Like, what?
Oh,
That's
dude,
proper
and you'll
barbecue.
take the ribs out, and you just pull. You don't have to pull them. You just pull them out, and they'll just come right off the bone. They'll just peel right off. And you
No,
just-
I'm like I tell you what, love, I'm going to do a barbecue. Half an hour, job done. Pint of beer.
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
your sausages. It's done.
No, so you got to
6
sit all
hours.
day. You
Meet
got to
me
sit
at-
all
Meet me
day.
at 4:30, finish work, meet me at 4:30, get the barbecue on. We'll bang the burgers out at 5,
Yeah.
get the hot dogs on, get them
That's
out
it.
at 5:15,
Lovely.
then we'll go to the pub.
Yeah, we're gonna get a blog. Greg's get a blog, and then TK's like so much food, of course, because that's cool. And then Jermaine's talking about America doesn't put meat on; they put the whole blood. Fuck yeah, meat on top of meat, shredded meat on top of.
That's
more
why I was
shredded
talking
meat.
about McDonald's, because they have like a Big Mac, which is like where's the camera? It's like this. I've seen people eat this.
Yeah, the
Have you
Big
seen
Mac
that?
is actually big. Here,
Yeah,
it's
in
a
the
small
UK,
Mac.
the Big Mac's like this,
fucking-
and you can
oh,
just 3
man.
I
bites.
swear to
and
God,
it's
if I went to
Tastes nice.
if I went to a
shit
McDonald's
small.
in the UK, I'd probably have to fight somebody. Because I would be like, look, you guys have got this all fucked up, man. This is not how it's supposed to go.
Seriously, there are some
that's
things
why
I
I'm-
would change.
I'm not going to go to a McDonald's in the
could
UK
have carrot
because I will have. What?
Oh yeah,
What?
you can have a nice bit
Why?
of salad. Carrot
Oh yeah,
sticks are
you
good.
could have a salad or a carrot sticks.
Well,
or
we have salad
grapes
too,
and
but why would you want to go to
grapes
McDonald's and
and
get
stuff like
salad?
that. And then
Ugh.
the Big Macs aren't big, but we do have the speciality collection ones. Is it what like the barbecue?
Oh yeah, I'm not so
collection
good. I
shit.
just always
They're
buy a Big
massive,
Mac, so
they
I don't
are.
really know. Okay.
When the
Oh,
collections
okay, yeah.
when the collections come in, get the barbecue one. It's huge and it is
Oh,
so
okay.
nice. It's a brioche bun and it's just man, it's massive. It's dead
I
nice.
never have anything other than a Big Mac. That's the problem. So okay, I'll try that.
Yeah, it's so. Do you have? I mean, so I have had the Duo, and I will tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are a couple of things I'm kind of starting to. Okay, the honeymoon's over. It's been about 10 days now. I will tell you, I love this device, but do I love it Do I love it $1,400? Love it? No. I will tell you though that I haven't had nearly as many of the software issues that other people have had. There is some jank and there's some like things that get a little weird and things don't really work. But as far as like using it, it's really nice. I mean, I can actually use it. And what I do is like last night I was playing on my PlayStation and I was watching a live stream and I had it set up in like tent mode, right? So I had it set up and I had it set just right with a pair of headphones and I was just kind of watching it and it was like, I could kind of just reach over and look at the chat and that kind of, and when I have a notification, I can just, so it has a lot of uses, but this is definitely for somebody who, this is a specific kind of device. You have to get used to using this. And I think that's the problem with the reviews is it takes a whole bunch of different kind of muscle memory. Like answering a phone call, it's like, okay, you've got the two screens, right? And then you get the phone call on one side and you have to turn it like this, one side, and then you got to answer the phone call.
It's almost as if it's the first of a generation.
It's a Gen 0 product. I wouldn't even call it Gen 1. I would call it Gen 0.
People, the software's this, that, and the other. It's as if it was the first of its kind. Like, obviously there's going to be jankiness to it. It's a new thing. That's what happens. You get a bit of jank. They fix it. They figure it out as they go. More comes in. They introduce more stuff. And before you know it, it's a good phone. But like Juan says, nobody ever covers it after the initial power blow of a week or 2 weeks.
That's the thing. I mean, I get the other stuff like the what's the LG, the folding out with the two displays?
That's the Velvet, or I've had the J8X. That was
that's how much knowledge the UK has.
That started me with folding phones because once I started using it, I'm like, man, it's like you don't want to go back to having just one screen anymore. It's nice having that extra real estate. You get kind of spoiled on it, really.
This is the thing. I mean, I think for me, I don't think it's going to be for everybody. I don't think a folding phone or a dual screen handset, I don't think it is right for everybody. Give one to my wife. She would be like, I don't want this. This is too big. Or why would I use this? I'm never going to. So that's an example there. But for somebody like me, who, yes, I do watch Twitch. Yes, I look at Twitter almost all day long. I've got websites open, emails on the go, YouTube happening. It's all happening at the same time. Sometimes I've got stuff going on the PC. I've got another PC over there. I've got another PC over there. It's all happening at the same time. So to have a device that is capable of, making a call, taking a quick photo, maybe you're selling something on eBay. I know we're not focused with a handset like that on really high quality photography and I don't know what the video I haven't actually looked at the video side of things on that, how good the video recording is, but
it's okay. I would say on a scale like American grades from A to F, I would say the camera's probably a D plus. It's definitely rough. I mean, it's not
it's not made for that, is it?
No, it's made for conference calling and doing things like this, what we're doing now.
If you buy one,
Yeah, if you have decent light, the pictures are pretty okay, and like the videos are okay. But I mean, I don't take a lot of pictures, and that's why if you need to, you would have a secondary device like an LG or a Pixel 3a or something you would take with you to take actual really like if I knew I was going to a sports event, I would take the G8X so I could have something to properly take videos and stuff. I wouldn't probably do it with the Duo just because of low light and stuff. But that's not what it's designed to do. I will tell you the only thing I've run into a problem with is 6 gigs of RAM is kind of anemic for this device for productivity. I've run into some issues with apps not not coming back and not being in storage, and I think that's probably some of the software jank is because I think just the RAM it really should have at least 8, maybe 10. I would think that's the only problem I've run into using it day to day. 6 is a little rough. It's hard to push. So other than that,
I've got 12. Sorry.
I know, and that's fine. But I will tell you that there's
by the way,
he's got the ROG.
I think it's the Pixel 2.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
I will tell you though, but using it, I will tell you that part of the reason why I bought this is because when I use it, like today I was at the store and using it, and somebody like was looking at me, and I'm like looking at her, looking at me because I was doing this right,
like looking at each other, like what are you looking at?
And then she was like, "What?" And I just kind of went, "I was like, oh, it's a phone. It's a phone," like that. I just closed it, and she's like, "Oh, that's kind of, I mean, so it definitely get looks. I mean, that's for sure. I mean, people notice it in public and stuff.
Yeah,
so
it's cool. It's cool.
I like it as a daily driver. It works. It's not. Is it perfect? No. Is it have a lot of rough edges software? Yeah, but I think Microsoft's going to work on it. So, and we'll see, and then we'll go.
It could be. It could actually grow into something that gets improved year after year, and it could actually. I don't know. I like the idea of it, and I do like the look of it. I think it looks pretty cool. So you've got to expect when you buy something, you've got to buy it for the right reason. You can't because there will be some people that think I'm going to buy this because it's got an amazing display, it's got an amazing camera. No, you don't buy it for that. But some people will. Some people will still buy it and think that
of course
that's
they
what
will.
they're going to get.
But I didn't buy the ROG 3 for its 144 hertz screen. I have it on 90. That's what I have it set on. Why do I need it any higher? I don't need it any higher than that because nothing supports
but Matt, it can go
higher than that. Yeah, I know it can go higher than that, but what use is 144 hertz to me when no games support it? The only time I'm using it is as, oh, look at the scrolling speed on Twitter. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'll just use 90. No big difference anyway.
At least you know that you can change.
Right. It's there.
It's there if you ever want it. So yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, if I find a game that I want to play that supports 100, I'll try it. But yes, until then, it's really good to have, but it's not one of the selling points of the phone. Well, it is to Asus, but not to me as a buyer. I'm not really fussed. I've got a gaming phone. Mobile games don't support that high, so
yeah, that's fair.
I set it at 90 to balance smoothness and battery. Smooth as butter.
Sounds like buttery life has been good as well.
Is it buttery smooth?
Yeah.
I hate that. It drives me crazy. I hate that.
It feels good in the hands as well,
The software is so buttery smooth.
It feels so good in the hands.
It's good in the hand.
And it's delicious and it's smooth. I tell you what though, it does look a lot less gamery in person. Like on the video, I can see that they've designed it a little bit less in-your-face game.
Like not as aggressive.
Yeah. When you're actually holding it, if you're not in any light or any certain light, you can't even see the RGB line that goes down one side. Well, the reflective glass. It's not that in your face, and I actually really like the smaller mirror, the clear glass which shows off the cooler inside. That's really nice. But it's
cool.
It's one hell of a phone.
So, Roger, are you, now that you said you had the 11 Pro Max, are you, when the iPhone 12 comes out, if there's some significant hardware issues, like, anything else, would you be looking to upgrade, or is that are you in a yearly upgrade person? Or are you like, no, I'm good on, I can skip a year and maybe get the 12S or the 13, or how do you, when it comes to your phone, for your use, not reviewing, but your use, actually?
Yeah, no, that's a really good question, actually. And I was having this chat with somebody else a few days ago as well. My contracts are normally 24 months. They're normally every 2 years. Okay. So what I do is I do now and again, well, I was going to tell you about this, but I'll tell you about that in a second. I do now and again review handsets or unbox handsets on the channel or whatever. They're not normally flagships. They're normally a bit cheaper than that. Normally.
Okay.
So, yes, of course I want the latest iPhone. Of course I want the latest ROG phone. And I'd love to have them all, including that one that you've got there, Sam. That is awesome. I love the look of that.
Thank you.
Cool. Of course I want the latest one, but no, personally, when it comes to my own personal use, a handset like the 11 Pro Max will definitely do me for a couple of years. I'll skip on the 12. If someone like, if Apple reached out and said, oh man, we love your content, we want to send you one, I'd be like, yeah, go for it. I'll unbox it. That's cool. But no, I'm not going to try and sell kidneys and everything else to try and be able to
fight kids. I have to choke a kid, or I have to like burn my neighbor's house down. Whatever.
I've still got 4. I can sell them. I can put them on eBay or something.
You guys need to like get to work. I mean, I got some labor here.
Yeah. No, but that's something else. I mean, that I was going to talk to you about earlier on, and I completely forgot. And that is that, my channel, as I said to you at the start, it was never about trying to grow the channel as fast as I can. It was never about niche right down. But I'm starting to feel now that, I wanted to make content that was fun. I wanted to make content that was about stuff I enjoyed. Now, I'm starting to think, actually, this is becoming a bit more serious. Yeah, I think I want to grow the channel a bit more now. So that means there's only one real way to do that. You've either got to be so different to everybody else and so special that people just can't wait to subscribe to you, or you have to niche down. You have to really focus down on something. So that's what I need to do. I would like to get involved more with handsets, but I think for me personally, because I don't have loads and loads and loads of cash to go keep buying flagships and stuff, I'm thinking about looking at budget, possibly to mid-range handsets.
That is the best thing you can do.
I think that's the best way to be right now. Yeah, that's a good.
That is the most needed content.
Yeah, that's where, because I'm looking. Believe me, I've got spreadsheets. I've been making this Excel spreadsheet, which is pages long, of all of the brands, all of the handsets, which dates they're released, because I can't find this information in one document somewhere. So I'm putting together a document of all the dates that they've previously released them, when I think they're going to release them, and I'm going to try and plan out the content. Now, the problem is, yes, I like handsets, and I really do want to do more of that on the channel, but I also like PC hardware. I like gaming stuff. I like headsets. I like, there's so much I like.
That's what it's all about. It's what you enjoy doing as well.
It is.
So it stays something you enjoy doing.
It's got to be something I enjoy, yeah. But I do also know that unless I really try and focus a lot more what I'm doing, the type of products that I'm doing, I will always grow very, very slowly. Right. But I don't want to grow too quickly, because I still want to have fun.
That's slow. That's a slow roll. It's just a slow get it.
Yeah.
Or almost organically. So us, since we don't really care about growing that much, we do something I think is unique.
Yeah.
We're on a simmer. Yeah. We're on a slow burn.
we're on a lobster pot. We're definitely.
I love that though, because you're not there. You're not just trying to get quickly as many subscribers as you can. You're there to have fun, and you're there to just. It's awesome.
We love doing this because we like to chat to the people we watch.
Yeah.
And get to know the people behind the channels, not just the person on.
Yeah, of course, because you normally see a 6 or 10 minute video and that's the end of it. So yeah, this is good. I love the idea of this. I really think it's what you're doing is really, really cool, actually.
Well, we appreciate that, and we're glad you can come on. And like I said, we're getting kind of close to our time, so we wanted to make sure that in case anybody, most people probably in the chat know of you and have worked with you or watched your content, but in case people haven't, where's the best way to get you? Is Instagram? Is there a YouTube? I mean, where can they go to really enjoy more of your content? Because I have to make sure that if we can push a couple of people to your channel, that's all more and good. So
I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Yeah. So the name of my channel, for the people that maybe don't know, is Life of Tech. Most of the social handles, I am on Twitter and Instagram. Most of that is Life of Tech UK. Okay. But YouTube is Life of Tech. There's also a website, lifeoftech.co.uk. Links to everything is on the website as well. It's not an amazing website. It's just like a side thing to the YouTube channel, But yeah, that's it. That's where I am. And, if anybody does come along, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy what you see. And to you guys as well, to Sam and Matt, I'm very, very grateful to, that you've had me on.
Dude,
it's
anytime.
Awesome. It's awesome. I've really had a good time. I have had slightly too much Jack Daniels, so...
That's okay. We prefer most of our people
as well, that you are a terrible friend.
Oh dear!
But no, we would love to have you come on. Yeah, and so we may be kind of knocking at your door once again to have you come on.
Please do.
And we want to expand the conversation about more things, because there's more to tech than just what we talked about today, and more to life about than just food. I'm sure there's other things we could talk about too. So, lifeofco.tech. DT has posted it in the chat. We're going to put some notes on the show. We're going to put them on the show notes as well. And that's going to probably do it for us, Matt and Sam and Roger. We really appreciate you taking your time. I know it's getting kind of late there in the UK, but you taking your time and really coming on a channel that isn't exactly the most around the world kind of reach. We really appreciate that.
We are awesome people.
We are fantastic. Right. And humble, and very humble.
Well, they're really humble. Like,
Yeah, super humble.
You wouldn't believe.
So
That's
good
good.
deals.
Though. That's good. That's good. No, I've really, really had good fun, and I am very grateful. Because I know you've had guys like Super Saf, and I'm taking you over your time now, Sam. I'm really sorry.
No, not at all. No, gosh, no. It's like it's really like I said, we really like. I know like, all the people in the stream. We have a pretty good regular group of folks, like
Yes,
Gary
you
the
do.
Fireman,
That's right.
and now I see Jermaine. Please
I
follow
will
us
say
again.
one thing. We've had, like you say, yes, we've had superstars. We don't aim. Like we have
fair.
people on we genuinely like and enjoy content of. We're not aiming for any particular people. We want to get to know the people that we enjoy watching.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's what we're all about. We want to enjoy what we're doing.
Yeah,
and get
I may
to
take you
know
up.
and introduce the people to the person behind the channel.
Yeah,
and
which is
who
nice
you
because
are
that's
every
something
day.
that people don't normally get to see.
Yeah,
so I
like
think
who you are every day. You enjoy. You went to Devon with your kids. Like things like
don't
that.
see
Do
that
you know what I mean?
Of course,
Right, because Roger is a normal person who has a normal job and a normal
He's
life,
a
and
human being. Would you
and
believe
enjoys
it?
other than just making tech videos for everybody for
certainly
nothing.
do.
But that's the point of what we do. That's to get to know
of course.
people, and
It's
you get
great.
to see mine and Sam's
great.
face every week, so it's all right.
No,
And
it's
of course,
also
Jermaine,
really,
one
really
last final dig by Jermaine. We're not sure if you're normal. That's okay, because if he's not normal, Jermaine, he fits right in on this
No.
show. We are
I will say,
absolutely
if,
not close to that.
Jermaine, if you come back to the UK once all this craziness is over,
You're not having fish and chips, is what Matt's
you're
talking
coming to see me. I will take you for fish and chips, and I will take you to proper British places, and I'll know what Buckingham Palace is.
I actually did not know. I'm standing there looking at the building. I had no idea. This
looks
is where
mildly
our
familiar.
queen lives. Yeah, I had no idea. Honestly.
Our queen lives in that
It
building.
even
You
said
have no idea.
Buckingham Palace, like in massive, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what this place is. And Jermaine's like, oh yeah, it looks good. Had no idea.
Good
you
time.
guys, I've got to take you two up on the Warzone thing as well. I need help.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
We'll talk offline here. We'll get you our gamer tags.
Awesome.
He's been here twice.
Oh, has he?
And
Is
no
that what
fish
you
and
said?
chips.
Oh,
Good.
that's
God,
criminal.
Maybe he
That's
did
okay.
come here twice. I can't remember. Yeah.
Well, he says he's been here twice, so we're gonna hook
Third
him up.
time lucky.
Jermaine, we're gonna get you taken care of, sir. We promise. Matt will get you squared away.
I'll get you squared away. Don't worry about that.
All right, for Sam, for Matt, for Roger, Life of Tech. This has been Across the Podcast, the best podcast you never heard of. Join us next week, 3:00 Central Standard. Right now, it's just gonna be me and Matt. So. Yeah, tough shit, and there's nothing else you can do. And we may have some stuff coming on in the pipeline, but we'll know. Who knows? But we'll see next time.
You don't know. I forgot to tell you.
Communication channels are really strong.
I've been really busy. I'm sorry.
Whatever. So, for all the people in the chat, Jermaine and Aditya and Dave and Ronald and Gary the Fireman, we always love you guys. Greg, please come back. See us next time, 3:00 Central Standard Time next Sunday for another Across the Podcast with Sam and Matt. As always, be safe, take care of each other, enjoy your tech, and we'll catch you on the next show. Bye, everybody.